Hey guys, all great things start in the kitchen, so coffee, bacon, and this vlog, let's get started. I've decided I want to talk a little bit about the vehicle that I drive and why I choose it for the work that I do. This is just a basic consumer review. I don't want to get into specs because I don't have a clue. I'm going to do my very best to tell you why this works for me and how it might work for you. I'm going back into the West Country a little bit. I miss it out there. The snow's starting to melt. It's a little cooler of a day, but I figured it's Sunday, so let's just go and do it. So the car I'm driving is the Subaru 2021 Crosstrek. Went with the convenience package. First thing I can tell you about this car is it just has amazing handling. It's what you would expect from a Subaru. The Crosstrek has proven itself time and time again already. I haven't even upgraded the tires on it. They're an all-weather tire. I wouldn't say they're the best for the snow and ice, but the control that this vehicle has, it's been incredible. I've taken quite a few different trips. Been to the top of a mountain already. It has a lot of cool features. It has a thing called eyesight. It offers collision avoidance. Also does have steering assist. It is not meant to drive itself. This is not a Tesla. It usually does fairly well for keeping the vehicle between the lanes. Seats are comfortable. That's a big thing for me. I spend a lot of time in the computer chair, so a comfortable seat when I'm driving is really important. The cargo space was one of the bigger sellers on this for me, and the reliability. There's a lot of other SUV style vehicles out there. I felt that with the line of work that I do quite a bit of off-road, I end up out in nature. I needed a vehicle that can do all of that, but still has the cargo space. So behind me you can see, I've got the pup with me. I have next to nothing in here today. I'm just bringing a backpack. I had a couple cameras just for this quick little video. Just every now and then I bring a gimbal out. You got tripods. I want to keep that stuff dry and dust free as much as possible. This vehicle's off-road stuff is great. It's got an X mode thing in it. I won't give you the technicals on X mode, but I can tell you when you're going down a hill, it brakes automatically, keeps you going at a reasonable pace. It's not too sketchy. With the Crosstrek, if you're doing a lot more of the off-road, I would recommend looking at the 1 inch, or I believe they might even go as far as 1.5 inch lift, and maybe a little bit more aggressive tires. The added lift obviously gives you clearance. I've had minimal issues with the clearance on this vehicle. It's been great. It doesn't have as much clearance as a Jeep or a full-size truck, but with the wheelbase and the way things are laid out on this vehicle, it seems to do quite well. If you're going to be going off-road a lot and there's going to be the risk of ruts or anything that's going to be deep where you might be possibly high-centered, look at the lift, but also look at a transmission cover. The convenience package in this guy does not come with any kind of protector for your transmission pan. I found that out the hard way. Luckily, there was no major damage, but while I was on the mountain trail, I was coming down and I had clipped a rock. I believe it was a rock. We're gonna say it was a rock. I don't know what it was. I was coming down the trail and there was one spot in the trail that had a little bit of a deeper rut and there was a rock sticking up. I thought I had enough clearance. I heard it hit the bottom and thought nothing of it. Later in the week, I found the transmission fluid on the ground. It just shifted the transmission pan cover a little bit and broke the seal. So not a big deal. Like I said, luckily there's no damage done. Had I damaged the pan though, it would have cost quite a bit. So I do recommend, if you plan on doing a lot of off-road stuff, heavy duty off-road, it's a simple bolt-on from what I can see, but definitely get that. Otherwise, it's great. This thing's awesome. There also hasn't been a time that I felt that it was like really, really underpowered. On the highway, I would like it to have a little bit more pickup and jam, but for everything that I do, like I said, I'm totally happy with everything this vehicle does. One thing I will say, if you are a fan of music and you like listening to music on the road, upgrade the stereo. This package that I got does not have the best stereo. For a small adjustment in price, I probably wouldn't mind upgrading the stereo. Don't forget to have your coffee on the road. I love gas station coffee. I like the idea of giving you guys a real world kind of consumer review on this too, because like I said, I don't know what the technicals are. I can just tell you things I love about it. Like, the interior is awesome. The dash is huge, easy to read. It's got all your digitals, tells what the car is doing, tells what's going on. Like it should. That's stupid. Oh, I hope the car has gauges. Center console. That could use an upgrade. I don't mind the center console in this vehicle. I don't like where it puts your coffee. It seems like it's a little far back, so you gotta kind of dig for your coffee when you want to get it out of there and play carefully. Don't pop your lid off. It does have the climate control. It's all automatic, air conditioning. Like it's a car. It's a car. It's a car that does stuff, and it gets me places. Traction control is equipped on this vehicle. I turned it off. I hate traction control. There's nothing more concerning to me than the engine reducing power. If I want it to reduce power, I'll let off the gas. So traction control has never ever been a thing I've enjoyed in vehicles. Also, the auto shut off. Go to a red light, touch, hold the brake down, and the vehicle shuts off. That's a stupid system. There needs to be a setting in vehicles to permanently turn that off so I don't have to push the button every time I get in. Subaru, if you're watching, give us an option to at least turn it off completely. If you want to be the manufacturer that sets the standard for the rest of the world, to make everybody happy that hates this, do it. Give us an option to turn it off permanently. For everyone else, let them still have their auto shut off, but for the ones that just cannot handle it, let's do it. Let's give us an option to toggle that so we don't have to do it every time we get in. Also, this episode is not sponsored by anybody. Any of the products that I talk about or use in this video are my own opinion, my own purchases. It's just things that I like and things that I enjoy, and I just want to tell you about them. One thing I will promote though, because of the great service, is Scott Subaru in Red Deer, Alberta. If you go to Scott Subaru, go talk to Adam or Mike and let them know that you were sent there by TBC Media, Jess and Andrew. They'll hook you up. They'll treat you right. I've dealt with Mike and Adam the whole time I've been there. The service department's great. The mechanics are awesome. Everyone's knowledgeable. They work hard and fast to get you what you need. Anytime I've had a small issue, like the transmission pan, for example, I dropped my vehicle off. They had a courtesy vehicle ready for me for a couple days while it was under repair, so I didn't have to worry about anything. I just, I got to drive another Subaru. It was the upgraded version of mine, so they gave me better than the one I've got, which makes sense. Like, come on guys, I know you're trying to sell it to me. Give me the version with the leather, the heated steering wheel, and the great sound system, and now I'm sitting here going, why did I buy the convenience packet? So good one, Scott Subaru. You're definitely winning on that one. A big sell on this car for me too is the amount of legroom. I have the lazy stance when I drive. I love it. I have the lazy boy. I like it like a lazy boy. I like to lean back and drive. Lots of legroom is great. So I like to shove the seat all the way back, get a little tilt on it, and then put your legs forward. It's just so much nicer to stretch out. A lot of the SUVs now feel like your knees are touching together and you're crunched up in the little tiny area that you get. So the legroom in this thing is huge. There's tons of space for the pup back there. I've got like a full-size dog bed in the back. The all-weather package for this thing is great because it's got your rubber mats for the front and back, but also it's got the cargo space mat, but also covers for the back of the seats. So when you fold it down, it's got floor mats for the back of the seat. So you don't get dirt all over that fuzzy shit that's on the back, whether it's your groceries, firewood, dirty camping gear, boots, or the dog. The all-weather package definitely keeps everything clean in the back. I'd say my favorite misconception with these cars too is that they're always for old people. I don't know what it is. The 55 and older crowd have a lot of these vehicles. It does seem to be a lot more that do enjoy photography and being in the outdoors and traveling, doing quite a bit of driving. They're great cars for mileage and that, and especially the fuel mileage. Big thing on that. This is the cheapest vehicle I've ever driven in my life. I can go so far on a tank of fuel. Now, if they would stop raising the price of fuel, we could keep going further. I've gone on better adventures with this than I have with most of my vehicles. This is not just for the senior crowd. This is not for old people, or this is for everybody. I love being able to bring the dog everywhere I go and not get dirty seats. If I had the sensibility that I do now when I was 18 and bought a vehicle like this, I would have gone farther and wasted less money on Camaros. So this is actually one of my favorite roads to drive. It's a very unforgiving road. They do not maintain this road, especially in the winter. So it's kind of a drive at your own risk. This is where I find a lot of adventure, getting excited for camping season. And yeah, it's just great to get out here. Just looking for one of these off-road campsites. There's some water holes in here, so we're just gonna go off the road, see how far we can get. I can already see one of them that is impassable. I don't care what you're driving. It's nice to be able to, like I said, you see a cool spot and you can turn right off the road and get going. So after closer examination, I'm definitely glad we went right instead of left. This is a little bit rough in here. This car is just incredible, totally awesome. I love how I can go absolutely pretty much anywhere with confidence that I'm not gonna get kind of stuck. And this is why I love this stuff. We came in just over all these hills and through a little bit of this small brush. You can see there's a few spots that are pretty rough. There's a creek in the middle of all this. So that's it. That's it. That's how you escape Subaru Crosstrek 2021. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'll leave links in the description for a lot of the stuff I've used in this video, also for Scott Subaru and the excellent service that they provide in Red Deer, Alberta. Gonna have a little walk around. She's got her sniff on. She's found there's more sticks than she can carry out here. So I'm sure she'll be tired by the time we have our little walk here. Thank you so much for joining in and watching on this video. Like and subscribe. The likes help move the channel along, and subscription, you're not gonna miss the next one. Give me a week, I'll think about something else we should talk about. But yeah, this baby right here, that takes us where we wanna go. Always on the run to get cameras. When you can get off the road and a little further into the backcountry, it's a nice feeling when you can't see the roads anymore. That just shows you the structural stability of this vehicle. You wouldn't want to take I can spend, yeah, whatever. I'm out of breath. Hang on, I get a camera and then I'll come back.